CBS Sports, your home of March Madness, the Masters, the PGA, PGA Tour, SEC football, the NFL, and February 3rd, Super Bowl 53.
In 2001, the legend began. At that time, many asked the question, does the world need another hero? And before that question could be answered, Super T was born. For New England, this one Superman erased the pain and anguish amongst their followers, all the while reigning with pure domination amongst his peers. Legions of men have fallen at his feet. His impressive personal playoff conquests total more than 27 NFL franchises. No mere mortal has achieved such accolades. 10 straight division titles, 9 straight postseason wins at home, 8 straight AFC Championship games, and of course, his 5 Super Bowl titles. But all superheroes have a weakness, and for this pillar of power, it just may be the road. It's here we find Super T in distress, and where his last 3 AFC Championship games have all ended in failure. Now, if not bad enough, Super T will meet Super P in the NFL's most thunderous arena. It's a clash of superheroes with a super consequence, and only one can and will emerge victorious. This is the AFC Championship game we've all been waiting for.
Those two superheroes will face off once more in, folks, what is expected to be a super showdown in the battle of the ages, as Tom Brady and the defending AFC champion Patriots square off against Patrick Mahomes and the high-flying Chiefs for the AFC title and a ticket to Super Bowl 53. Well, that gets underway in just about a half hour from now, when more than 76,000 fans will be rocking there inside Arrowhead Stadium. You know all about that, right, Bill? Folks, it is hosting its first ever AFC Championship game, and it won't be as frigid as originally anticipated, but real field temperatures will be in the single digits at kickoff.
And it will be loud.
But you won't hear any excuses, Coach, from those two, Bill Belichick and Andy Reid, among the all-time winningest head coaches. In fact, the 497 total coaching wins, regular and postseason, will be the most ever between opposing head coaches in a playoff game. And welcome to our special AFC Championship edition of the NFL Today, powered by Ram Trucks, folks, as we get you set for this highly anticipated matchup. And hello, everyone. I'm James Brown, alongside my colleagues. They will be Phil Simms, Coach Bill Cowher, Nate Burleson, and Boomer Esiason. Simply put, Patrick Mahomes.
He's great, JB. He is phenomenal, as you said earlier today. And the fact of the matter is, you know what? He's leading the #1 offense in scoring, the #1 offense in total yards. He's the presumptive MVP for the NFL. And all I can tell you guys, the thing that I worry about is the cold weather. He had some really bad throws last week against the Colts. We'll see if he figures it out this week against the New England Patriots, and of course the test that is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. You saw that age difference. Tom Brady, when he won his first Super Bowl, Pat Mahomes was just 6 years old. Now, for a second, let's forget about the results. Let's focus on the greatness that is Tom Brady and the Patriots. They'll be looking to go to their 9th Super Bowl appearance. That's more than 31 other teams, basically the rest of the NFL. Tom Brady has never been a threat to run, but he can do it with his arm and also with his mind, knowing where to go, and that guy is the one that he always goes to. That's his safety blanket. Julian Edelman, let me be very clear. Outside of Jerry Rice, he is the best postseason wide receiver of all times. 98 catches, right behind the GOAT, but Julian Edelman will be his go-to guy today.
And you wonder why you want home field advantage. And it's not so much for the offense, it's for the defense. Defense plays better at home. You look at these numbers, the defense of the Patriots, we saw them last week, very good against the LA Chargers, but on the road, almost a touchdown more. And for the Kansas City Chiefs at home, look at the difference between that and the road. Ooh. They are also the #1 team in the National Football League for sacks at home, with Chris Jones and Dee Ford leading the way. And for Bill Belichick, why is it hard at home? Because it's noise. It's loud. And for Bill Belichick, his strategy has always been, you know what? Let's go no huddle. So I can see them taking their strength of running the ball, take the no huddle element to the noise, and run your no huddle, run game, play action that way.
You've been preaching this all year, so we're going to see if Bill Belichick actually listened to you. But I'm going to talk about the Kansas City defensive line, that crowd noise. What can they do to help win this game today? Their #1 weapon weapon is Chris Jones. There's Justin Houston. He's on the outside. Good pass rusher. Very good against the run. So when they run the football, they'll probably run away from Justin Houston. And Chris Jones, last week against the Indianapolis Colts, he knocked down 3 passes. If this defensive line can play well enough where they make the New England Patriots keep the tight end in the block and make the running back help the offensive line out, then that's going to be a big deal for that defense.
Our Super Bowl winning coach has been right more often than wrong, though, correct?
Well, I don't know about that, but we'll say he is, just for the sake of TV.
Folks, now for more news and notes, including an update on tonight's game and the coaching carousel, let's welcome in our NFL Today insider. That would be Jason Lockenfora.
Well, JB, no Arctic blast tonight, as you covered at the top of the show. No extreme weather. Temperatures in the low 20s tonight in KC. The Patriots inspected that resided field at Arrowhead this afternoon. Team officials tell me it's in great shape. They expect no issues with footing there. The Rams, of course, on very solid footing with Sean McVay. In fact, sources said they'll explore a contract extension with the coach this offseason. He's just 2 years into his tender, but McVay's coaching tree already sprouting roots. The Rams don't want McVay going anywhere anytime soon, and the Rams about to attempt a field goal that could tie the NFC Championship game. And contrary to reports of an agreement already in place, the Ravens continue to work on a contract extension with John Harbaugh. Both sides hopeful it gets done in the near future. Boom. But no deal to announce just yet.
Well, they better get that one done quickly, Jason. How about Rob Gronkowski and Jason Kelce? Travis Kelce, excuse me, 103 receptions, 13 TDs for Kelce, only 3 Ds for Gronkowski. He has got to be a factor today in the passing game for the Patriots.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is powered by Ram Trucks.
So now 3rd and goal, a long 1 yard. Chiefs down 4, 30-26, 8:53 to play. Mahomes looking left, fade pattern left side. Hill makes the catch, and the Chiefs take the lead. Tom Brady breaking tackles and diving head first for 6. Mahomes, he's throwing deep. He's got Tyreek Hill wide open. Touchdown, Kansas City. The kick on the way from Gostkowski. Up and good. A classic in Foxborough goes the way of the home team.
Patriots rookie running back Sony Michel and Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill did their part in helping to make that first matchup a classic. And they're both aiming to be the difference makers once again in the rematch. And speaking of difference makers, that takes us to helping plays go right, presented by State Farm. And the question is, what has to go right for the Chiefs to win tonight?
Well, you just mentioned it, JB, talking about the fastest man on the field. That would be Tyreek Hill. When you look at him, they call him the cheetah, and I'll tell you why, because no one can catch him. That first game, you can see him right here. This man can get across the field and down the field as fast as anybody in the National Football League, and when you have a quarterback who can throw the ball like Patrick Mahomes, he can throw from across the field. Look at this man, and look at the speed that he possesses, and you can see what he can do to a secondary. He did that for 142 yards and 3 touchdowns against New England in the last game. And then last week, if you don't throw it to him, you hand it to him. Because the one thing you like to do when you get a guy with this kind of speed, this kind of playmaking, you get the ball in his hands. And there's nothing scarier for a defensive team to see this guy right here, shoulder square, heading downhill towards you as a defender. The man is fast. The man is explosive. The man can make plays. And you can see the kind of difference maker he is. Now, you talk about the Patriots, Phil. Do they have a guy that can match Tyreek Hill?
Well, let me think, no. Is that good enough? Did I get that answer out quick enough? But, Bill, let's talk about what this New England offense. They don't have those kind of weapons, but what they do have is guys designing plays. Josh McDaniels, look at this play here. This is a goal line pass, but they do it in the field. The defense backs off. Gronkowski and Edelman are the blockers. They throw it to James White. Look how far everybody is back on 3rd and 2. Easy first down. Now watch this run game. This is a wing T run. A fake pitch, a fake reverse, then a counter play back inside to Cordero Patterson. Man, you talking about drawing it up. Drawing it up from a long time ago. It's not inside, so he goes outside. He's a really good athlete, so that's why you want to give it to Cordero Patterson. And Nate, the running backs for New England, they're pretty good too.
You're right about that. Sony Michel and also the young, talented James White. This offense is built off of having a duo that can do it all. When you look at James White and what he brings to the table, they targeted him 17 times. My man had 15 catches last week, which even though he can run in between the tackles, he's one of the great 3-down backs in this league. They use him primarily as a wide receiver. On the flip side, they use the young rookie as a true running back. 3 rushing TDs last week. I mean, that ties the NFL postseason record for 3 rushing TDs, but also just the ability going out there and being explosive. In being a young guy and dealing with the complex offense, he proved to be more than just a young pup.
Now, what about the revelation that Damian Williams has become for Kansas City? You know, think back about 8 weeks ago when Kareem Hunt got suspended. Everybody was thinking, oh, there go the Kansas City Chiefs, are going to be done. Spencer Ware gets hurt. Now, Spencer Ware will be active for this game, but it's been this young man right here, undrafted, signed an extension in December. Good for him. He earned it. He has already had 2 games over 100 yards. He scored 5 rushing touchdowns. He has been the answer to the running game.
And, you know, talk about that, Boom, and you're right about that, because you talk about Bill Belichick. What are you going to do? You're going to put a safety over top of Tyreek Hill. You better cover Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So that opens it up. You see 2 deep safeties. Damian Williams last week over 129 yards. The other thing about Damian Williams, he had 5 receptions as well. This guy has filled that void that left by Kareem Hunt big time, and he's gotten better and better as this season's gone on.
You know what they're saying, JB? I love asking these questions. Don't they both just said?
The next man up. Go ahead.
Man, you are all over it. Be ready, because when it's your time is called, get it done. And we always go, oh, what are they going to do without Kareem Hunt? We say that about all teams when they lose a star, and we find out there's always somebody there ready to take their place.
You know, at the end of the day, it really is about functional players doing multiple different things, especially for the Patriots. You know, you take a look at their skill guys. They play multiple positions. That's why you can run wing T plays. And when Bill Belichick goes after players, he wants players with high IQ on the football field, players that can play multiple positions. That's why James White, you see him as a wide receiver. That's why he catches 15 catches last week. And we have seen this. It's been in kind of the history of the Patriots over the last 19 years under Coach Belichick, is that he wants smart football players that can do multiple aspects of the game, and that's exactly why they're here, it seems like, every year.
Not to mention the weather conditions are going to be low, so you're going to have to run the ball in between the tackles, and of course that short passing game is going to be huge when you have running backs that can do multiple things.
What do you think? All year long, we waited till the playoff game championship, and you answered the question.
He finally got one right.
Yeah, baby.
All right, well, there's the McCourty twins right there. Devin looking for his 5th Super Bowl appearance. Jason looking for his 1st Super Bowl appearance. We know that they'll be twinning. The question is, will they be winning the AFC title?
The world's best, Tiger, Jordan, Rory, Ricky, and the defending champ Jason Day kick off the PGA Tour on CBS. The Farmers Insurance Open next weekend.
CBS Sunday, February 10th. Let's hear it for the Grammys live performances with host Alicia Keys. The Grammys live, CBS Sunday, February 10th.
Time now to go inside the pregame HQ delivered by Domino's.
You want to get excited about a football game?
Let's go!
Michelle dives for the pylon. Touchdown.
The Patriots, you cannot block them off.
The route is on in Foxborough.
The cheetah can run in the snow.
Diving for the pylon.
Mahomes runs it in. The Chiefs Kingdom will host the AFC Championship.
2 more, baby, 2 more.
Everyone thinks we suck. We'll see. The legend against the young phenom. I mean, what a matchup this is going to be.
And we all know that the quarterbacks are the stars in this matchup. Is that right, Bill?
Quarterbacks always that way, Jay.
Wide receivers.
If you want
quarterbacks, baby,
just ask them.
And no question about it. Hey, but the question is, and the fact is, they'll need some help if they want to win, come out on top in this one. So the question is, Mr. Quarterback, what will be the X factors here?
Well, Mr. Host, let me tell you here, you know, for the New England Patriots, what you want to do, everybody wants to do this against Patrick Mahomes. Can you keep him in the pocket? He gets outside the pocket almost 8 times a game. 68 completions. Look at the attempts to yards. 15 touchdowns outside the pocket. That led the NFL. The next best was 8 touchdowns is the next second best. Here's a play. 10 people standing up, 1 defensive lineman. It's a blitz. They come free. Mahomes has to throw the football quick. They did this against the Chiefs 4 times in the first game. They never blocked it once. So, Bill, I got to think that the New England defense is going to do this again today.
And they need to do that. And also the other thing they need to do, to me, the X factor is, you know, they're going to take away Tyreek Hill. We saw that how much he can split a defense and how explosive he is. So the X factor to me, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is a guy that he has 100 catches on the year. He has 10 touchdowns. Particularly look for him in the red zones. 9 of those 10 touchdown catches were in the red zone. So he's a guy, again, 7 catches for 108 yards last week. So I think when you're looking at this from Patrick Mahomes, that's the next guy you go to, because it could be a matchup that'll be very favorable to them.
You're right. He's a monster. When we talk about this offense for KC, we oftentimes talk about Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. What about Sammy Watkins? Sammy Watkins is an absolute route runner. He's the glue to the wide receiver core. We know that Tyreek Hill is an explosive wideout that can take top off of any coverage, man, zone. He's going to beat you. Travis Kelce, the big frame, the guy can go over the middle, go up and snag it. But when you have a route runner that can move the chains like Sammy Watkins, he can do all the things that all the top wide receivers can do. Here's a nugget for you guys to nibble on. KC, 8-0. 8-0 when Sammy Watkins has 3 or more catches. That right there is a big-time stat.
Phil loves the nibble.
Man, you've never.
But here's a double X. I got a double X factor. My double X factor is not only Rob Gronkowski being one of them, but really how the referee is going to call the secondary of the Kansas City Chiefs. They're a very aggressive secondary. They've caused the most penalties, or part of the most penalties, secondary in the league. And Rob Gronkowski, even though he caught only 1 ball last week, he blocked really well in the run game.
Yes.
I think he has got to be more involved. And the last time that these two teams played, if you remember, when they opened up, not the last time, but 2 years ago, they opened up in New England, and they went up into Gillette, Kansas City did, and won the game. Eric Berry was all over Rob Gronkowski, and there were no flags being thrown. So that's like the double X factor. It's him and how the referees call them against him in the secondary.
How's it going to be called, Boomer? We watched playoff football. We watched the game, the NFC Championship game. What are they going to do?
They're going to hold on to the flag. They're not going to hold on.
It's like the NBA playoffs in the 90s, baby. Let them play.
That's it.
If Phil likes to nibble, it's all protein because he's rock solid, Boomer. Hey, folks, the Stars will take center stage in this showdown. Tom Brady starting his 8th straight championship game. He leads the Patriots crew into KC to take on the phenomenal rookie Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs for the AFC title.
And we have a shining star. What else would you expect? He's the champion.
It's a major move. The PGA, now in May on CBS.
It's championship time on CBS with Super Bowl 53.
Impossible!
The NCAA Basketball Championship.
This is real!
The Masters.
Captain America.
And now in May, the PGA.
He's winning it again!
It's championship time on CBS.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Verizon, the unlimited plan you need on the network you deserve. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by the Ram 1500 Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year.
Folks, it's time now for Golden Moments, brought to you by McDonald's, and everything is golden right now for the Rams, who capture the NFC crown, folks, with their win over the Saints. Boomer, how did it happen?
Moments ago, 57-yard field goal attempt by Greg Zuerlein, Legatron. This probably would have been good from 70 yards out.
Wow.
He drills it right down the middle, and I'm going to tell you right now, at the end of regulation, if you were watching this game, Sean Payton, the way he managed their last series was just absolutely befuddling to almost all of us. And then the other aspect of this game, this is why we were talking about the officials in the secondary. The officials missed a blatant pass interference against the Rams on that final drive. But nonetheless, Sean Payton made some very unique decisions and really weird decisions that left so much time on the clock for the Rams to come back and actually tie the game, put it into overtime.
Well said.
And on the flip side, when you look at the Rams and Jared Goff in the beginning of the game, he looked like he was dealing with some nerves. He came back, balanced himself out, and they made some plays. They gritted it out towards the end of the game. You have to give them guys credit. So shout out to the Rams. Even though there were some calls that you could say could have went either way, even some flags that weren't thrown or held in the pocket, give the Rams credit. They got out here and they got the win in overtime.
I got to tell you, I got a lot of kudos to Sean McVay. He pushed all the right buttons. You talk about the fake punt in the first half.
Yes,
turned the game around. He kicked the field goal where a lot of us up here thought he should have went for it near the end of regulation in the fourth quarter. He kicked the field goal to tie the game. And even right there, to go for a 57-yard field goal, if you don't make that, you give the ball back to the New Orleans Saints, and all he needs is one first down to kick their field goal. So I'll give it to him. To me, Sean McVay, for a young man who's been put in this position, He has pushed all the right buttons and making all the right decisions.
And so did you, because I swear to you, you just said everything I wanted to say. Man, but that was right. To go for a 57-yard field goal, though, knowing if you miss it, it's probably going to cost you the game. And Sean McVay, man, a lot of faith in their special teams, which have been great all year.
Tactical executions. All right, folks, time now for my guys to pick a winner and the final score, and we'll start with the guy who now has to be copied as opposed to saying Bill copy from him.
Oh, they always copy what I have to say, and they listen too. Here, I'm taking New England 27-21. Why? Because of the veterans they have on that football team that have been playoff football so much, and they know how to play every play one at a time, mentally and physically.
You know, I looked at New England Patriots all year. They've struggled on the road. Now look at the Kansas City Chiefs and how well they play at home. I know how Arrowhead is. To me, I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs winning 27-20.
I'm looking at that offense for the New England Patriots, the most complex offense in all the sports. They're the most schizophrenic offense, which means they're going to switch it up. It's going to be tough for the Kansas City Chiefs to stop Tom Brady and what he has around him. I'm going with the Patriots, 24-21.
You know, guys, I started with the Patriots in week 1, and I'm going to stay with them right now. I got them winning 30-27. I think both quarterbacks are going to play great. Tom Brady is healthy. His knee is sound.
Right.
We saw that performance last week. They're going to be playing kind of against the same type of defense in the sense that there's going to be a lot of zone. That means a lot of short passes, and I would think that they're going to go yet again to the Super Bowl, this time against the Rams.
I feel really good about my pick because Coach has been wrong all postseason, so I feel good.
So you're saying you really like the confidence of the young guy, Patrick Mahomes?
You know, and I just really like, I do like that, but the fact that Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, the only thing missing from Andy Reid's Hall of Fame resume is a championship and a Super Bowl. I think it gets one step closer.
Kickoff is just moments away. AFC Championship, Patriots and Chiefs next.